Hey y'all, it's Miranda again and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a full face with using only E.L.F products and one little cheat. You'll see it when we get to it. Yeah, so if you like this look and are wondering how I got it, just stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, first things first, I gotta get this out of the way and say I can definitely do full face with E.L.F products. However, I'm realizing with all of the stuff that I have laid out in front of me that it would be pretty hard pressed to do a full face of anything else without E.L.F products, because I'm realizing that I use this every single day and there are certain items that I only have as E.L.F and that I don't have as other things. However, I don't have anywhere near as many E.L.F tools as I thought I did, and my eyeliner by E.L.F is very, very limited. So let's get started and get right into it. So, no, we're not going to start with that. We're going to start with E.L.F. Obviously, they're all E.L.F. Poreless Face Primer. My face is already clean and hydrated. So we're just going to, and it's a creamy consistency. I really like this one. Going with the fingers and right into the T-zone. Okay. This one feels like it has a little bit of silica in it. Like I said, I believe I said that in my last Get It Ready With Me. But no ingredients on the bottle, and I threw the boxes away a long time ago. I don't keep them for any reason. I don't need them. So then, I don't have an E.L.F foundation, so we are going to use the E.L.F BB cream. I am in the shade Fair. I'm gonna a couple pumps right on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna use only E.L.F products as well. I'm gonna go in with the pink E.L.F blending sponge. It's on its last leg. You can see there's a little bit of tearing here and a little bit on the edge, but quite honestly, I love this. We're just gonna go in and blend. I think part of the reason it's tearing is because as I'm doing it, my thumbnail catches on that lip, so. I got these baby hairs on the side. And like last time, I have a small mirror right here that I have to use simply because, as I've stated before, I wear glasses and I don't see that far away very well. Alright, now we're going to go in with some concealer, and I have the Under Eye Conceal and Highlight, and this is the Fair Glow. Now honestly, I think the highlight end is probably full. I barely ever use this. Not because I don't like it, but because there's so many other highlights that I have. But I do use this end a lot. It's actually my favorite concealer. I have a few others, but I stick with this one. In fact, I'm running out. I'm scraping. And we're just going to go back in with that same tool, but we're going to use the other end. All right. And I'm going to double check and make sure I got it all blended out nicely. All right. I like that BB cream. It makes me look really dewy, but we don't want to be greasy dewy. Like, I don't want to look like I just slathered a bunch of oil on my face. So one thing I forgot to get out, which I thought I did, is the high definition under eye setting powder. It's just a little one like this, and I really like it for under the eye. All right. Now, out of all of my fun tools, I guess we're just gonna, I'm gonna pick this one. It's just the basic professional eyeshadow brush. It's the white line. It's not even the studio line. I don't have many of the studio line brushes, and I thought I did. Oh, you know, this is not doing what I want it to. We don't use a brush. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna go in with the little, out of the trio of the white blending sponges, we're gonna use the little one, the white. And we're just gonna go under. Just because the brush doesn't really do a whole lot. It's only so-so, and the little hole to collect the product out is so small. I mean, look at that. This is the mini, and it's just so, I don't know if without using my better brushes, I'm not even sure. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in with the Perfect Finish HD powder, which I love this stuff to the point where, hey, I hit pan. I'm going to use the medium one. Just going to swirl it around in there. I love this thing. And there we go. There's what we're looking for. And just set all the places where we concealed, obviously. And then I'm going to go under the jaw. I love this stuff. It's great. And this one works really nice for this. Alright, now we're just going to jump into the eyes. And I'm going to use the Mineral Eyeshadow Primer. While we let this sit on our faces. And again, I don't know if I've used this one that much or if it's just getting older. I can't even tell you. And we're going to go back in with that little mini. And we're just going to press and blend. Get that eyelid all primed up nice and nicely. I am still trying to find like the perfect use for this little guy. I haven't found it yet, so I'm trying it on all kinds of different stuff, looking for what it works best for. Oh, and you know what? Before we go any further, I'm going to do the brows real quick. This is the brow wax. It doesn't say it on there, but I know what it is because I use it all the time, and this is just in clear. And then we'll go in with, it's the brow pencil with the spoolie on the end. Again, doesn't say, but I know what it is. And it's the neutral brown shade. Gotta go in with the little mirror. I am missing part of the top brow there, or the top of that brow there. I'm not sure where it went. I think I woke up one day and it was just gone. So we're just kind of doing a little bit of fill-in, nothing big. And then I think I over plucked the other last time I did it, and I kind of get rid of this center line here. And for whatever reason, this one doesn't grow as long as the other. We're just doing basics today. And there must have been some glitter on something because I have glitter on my eyelids. Oh, I bet that high definition under eye setting powder has sparkle in it. Darn it. All right, and then I have this Wet Gloss Lash and Brow Clear Mascara. It's dual ended. I don't think I've used this in a long time, but it's the closest I got for brow gel. So my only problem with this is look at the size of this spoolie. Good thing it's clear because I'm pretty certain I'm getting it everywhere. That's as good as it's going to get, so we're going to go with it. Alright, now that the eyelids are all primed, most of my eyeshadows are actually the Prism eyeshadows, but I did manage to get my hands on the Mad for Matte palette, so that's what we're going to be using today, is the Mad for Matte. I love these. If you've never seen this or used this, this is beautiful. I've actually heard that this is a fairly good dupe for another high-end palette, but I'm not exactly sure which one. But I think my brush options are seriously limited. Okay. So I think I'm going to take that same professional eye brush and just kind of sweep off the product that we put on there earlier, the under eye setting powder, and I'm going to use probably this very first one here as a base quick and just do the whole thing, just because I don't use that primer very often. I don't know how well it sets. These do kick up a bit of powder, just so you got to be careful with it. Alright, now we're going to go in with the blending eye brush, which is a little bit fatter than what I'm used to using in my crease, but we're going to go with it. And I'm thinking we're going to go with this fourth shade here to start with. It's kind of a nice transition color while I decide what I'm going to do. Fairly pigmented, they're not bad. The powder kick-up is only in the product itself, on the palette. You don't actually get a lot of powder on your face, anything like that. So it's really easy to work with. Kind of wish these colors had names so I could tell you what I'm using, but you know. Now we're going to use the same brush because, quite honestly, I don't have a lot of choices. Now we're just going to go into the darker shade right next to it and go in the outer corner. And actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit on the inside as well. I think we're going to do a bit of a halo eye today. And now I do have a couple of the baked trios. I'm going to go in with the Peach Please one. In fact, I got this one recently in a haul and I shared it with you. But I'm going to go in with this color right here, this coppery shimmer. And again, you know what? I'm going to switch out brushes. What is this? Looks like I have 3 of that eyeshadow brush. So we're just going to use a different one. I don't know if that one's clean. Okay, we'll use the other one because that one looks like it's got purple on it. I think my daughter was playing with it. And we're going to go in right into that copper color. And we're going to put that right in the center. Alright, you know, I think we're going to try this a little damp. And I'm going to actually use the E.L.F, the Aqua Primer Mist. And we're just going to dampen that. Oh, that's much better. That's better. These baked eyeshadows are pretty, but you have to use them wet if you want the pigment that you're looking for. See, even that's, the moisture's going away, so. Alright, now we're going to go back in with that original transition color, that lighter one, and we're just going to kind of blend around it. And now we're going to take the same blending brush and go back into the trio and just get this lighter color over here, and we're going to do this dry. We don't want it super pigmented. And we're going to just go up on the brow bone. Just enough of a highlight without being too much so. Now, do I have... I do not. Alright. So before we go any further, we're going to brush off our little bake. And I always use this one for this product, and I don't know what this is. It's an E.L.F. brush. It's in the Studio line. It's a small tapered brush. But this works great, and I just use the color correcting mineral pearls to brush off the bake. Just because everybody can use a little bit of color correcting. Especially when it's so faint you barely even notice it. Now I'm going to go in and just set the whole face quick, and I have the E.L.F. Okay, obviously it's off. The SPF 45 Sunscreen UVA UVB Protection Powder. I love this stuff. And it's, I don't want to say it's a translucent powder. There is a bit of color to it, but it doesn't transfer well. It's just a really good overall setting powder, I think. And is this E.L.F? No. And, okay. So we have the E.L.F. The Kabuki face brush. It's just the mini. This is what we're going to use today. It's kind of warm in here today. I feel like I'm getting a bit of a sweat stash. Alright, what is going on here? That's weird. I don't think I ever use these Kabuki brushes for anything. When I first got them, I thought they were great and I used them all the time, but I have so many other face brushes I like better. However, that is a lot softer than my other one I have. And my other one I just used to clean off any powder or dust residue on my top, on my vanity top here. Alright. And now we're going to go into the under eye. Okay, what do I have for that? Pretty much nothing. Okay, so I'm going to cheat. This is going to be my one cheat. Where is it? The Wet n Wild. It's still $1. I got it at the Dollar Tree, so I'm in the same price range. But it's just a little tiny angled brush. Very thin. I love this. I love the little finger grip for it. But we're going to go into the darkest shade that we used. And we're going to go right under the eye. On the lower lash line. Now we're going to go back into that little mini trio. I'm going to pull that copper color because that's very pretty. And why did I close my mirror? And we're going to go from the inner corner all the way over to the center. Alright. And now I do have the defining eye brush. It's an angled one. We're just going to smoke that out real quick. Alright. And okay, the only pencil liner I have is a mineral eyeliner in the shade Ash, which is kind of a shimmery charcoal. I'm gonna have to use this on my waterline. Maybe it won't be super pigmented. One of the first, no it is. I was gonna say one of the first times. I'm hoping it's not, but we're gonna go with it. We'll work with it. Oh, not bad actually. Kind of like it with these browns. Alright. And on the top, I have a waterproof eyeliner pencil in, or pen, sorry, in coffee. It's just one of the little felt tip angle brushes. I do not do a winged liner. I practice. I do, I promise. I just can't get it. So. And actually, I have lashes from E.L.F too, but I don't use them. Number one, I think they're weird and uncomfortable. And two, they rub on my glasses. And I have a medical condition, so I cannot wear contacts. So until I can afford LASIK, no lashes for me. Which is fine. My eyelashes are really not all that short. Alright. Lash is done. That was my... And then I have just a basic eyelash curler. I believe this is E.L.F as well. And we'll just curl the eyelashes quick. Alright. So for lashes, I'm going to go in the lower lash with my E.L.F Lash Tint in the Naked Noir. I love this. I think I showed this last time. This has got like the smallest little brush on it. It's just great for the lower lashes. And then for the top lashes, I'm going to use the Lash Extending Mascara in black. It's got the silicone bristles. It's bigger on the top, on one side than the other, so. Very nice natural lash. Alright, now on to the face. First we're going to start with a light contour. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to start with the bronzer. No, contours, right? I'm a little off. This is the contour palette. And I have the sculpting face brush. And I'm just going to go in with this shade in the bottom corner here. Not looking for anything really chiseled and bright or dark or whatever. I'm just looking natural colors today. Because today I'm just cleaning house, so there's no need for anything more than that. And then I kind of like to blend mine in, but I'm just going to use this Total Face brush. It's not even Studio Line. It's not as soft. It's kind of got weird reddish brown bristles, but you know, it blends fine, I guess. Now I'm going to go into that bronzer, and I'm honestly just going to stick with this, and this is just the golden bronzer. It's kind of a quad, but I swirl and tap. Just got to warm up a little bit, that's it. Alright. And now we're going to go into the blush, which, where is it? There it is. And this is in the Tickled Pink. I think I've used this once. I've even got the plastic on it still. And I'm going to use... This is the bronzing brush. But I like this shape for an angled brush for my blush. Alright, and then the last thing I have is my highlight, obviously. Well, for face. Now, I'm debating between the concealer brush and the fan brush because this fan brush is kind of wonky. I may use this on the nose, but for here, I will use this concealer brush because I think it works the best. And I'm going to go into the Illuminating palette. And I'm thinking we're going to go up here. This white gold color. Very powdery. Alright, now we're just going to take that fan brush. Wow. Right on the nose. And the cupid's bow. This brush doesn't really feel like anything at all. You know what? Fingers. This is such a pigmented highlight, it's ridiculous. Alright. And the very last thing we have is lips. Alright, let's see. Are they good? Not bad. Not very smooth, but we're going to do this. We're going to go in. I have the lip stain in Nude Nectar. Now, it just looks like a marker. I love these. My very first one of these was years ago, and it was a CoverGirl and a shade very similar, and I just love this. And it's such a... The only thing I don't like about this one versus the CoverGirl one is, okay, number one, the tip is really sharp, which is great, but it's also very firm. So it works as a great liner. I should have done a lip scrub first, because this is showing off all the dry places. Alright, and we'll give this a minute to completely set and dry down, and then we're going to do a lip topper. And I'm going to use the Shimmering lip gloss in Believe. Just because I like the gold color and it'll kind of tie in with the rest of the face. All right, and the very last thing we do is we're gonna set our face. And the nice thing I like about E.L.F. is they have the different setting sprays, but they have 3 different ones. They have the illuminating, and they all look exactly the same. The bottle is identical. It's just down here, this one says illuminating. There's one that says matte magic, and then there is the original, which is what it is. But because I kind of went more shimmery and glowy today, we are going to go with the illuminating spray. The illuminating and the matte are nice. The original has kind of an interesting smell, not one you want all the time, but thankfully it fades quickly. So, all right, that's it. I hope you like this look. All right, so if you like this, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let me know that you like it. Leave comments down below if you have any other suggestions for video. And make sure to subscribe to my channel and you won't miss any more of this awesome content. And I will see you next time. Bye.